Welcome back, fellow armchair generals. This is Gamer1745 here with my continuing playthrough of Hearts of Iron 4 with BlackICE. Now, as the thumbnail and description will say, there will be a chance to win a free copy of Blitzkrieg 3, but we're going to talk about that later in the episode. Gotta watch and find out the details of how to enroll in that contest. So just keep watching. We'll get to that eventually. Now we're getting ready to go around Maginot. Got a few days left here, and we are preparing, getting units and troops to the front. Some air battles. Okay, right, our research motivations. We are going to speed up all research 2%. Artillery deal. Hungary, yeah. The peace conference. No wonder it's pausing. Okay, so finally the nationalist Spain situation ended. We no longer had any troops there. Oh, got subs are doing some good because we had gone to war. Going to war will automatically, without any chance of being lost in combat or intercepted, will return any expeditionary forces you may have had. It's not bad. It seems like a reasonable thing, but I wish you had a choice in it. Sometimes I've had, a few units out in earlier games. It's like for Germany, helping Japan and China or something that I sort of wish just would have kept there. How are we doing down here in the Med with our sneaky submarines and some aircraft flying Italy? Looks like we're attacking, but not... Well, we may be... I don't really miss somebody. Normally you can see here like we damaged the Ark Royal just by 3%, which is obviously near nothing. Damage it enough, it'll I think go back and get repaired in a harbor. Which means it's not operating, at least for that moment.
Alright.
We'll see how this goes. How are we doing down here?
Bereit. Zuhören. Ausrücken.
Now this is getting a bit big. This is massively bigger than historical Netherlands. Now, I also, as many of you know, play a lot of non-modded, shall we say. It's not necessarily standard. Shall we say, I can say that I still beta test the developing Hearts of Iron 4 game, and I play a lot of that. That's about the only real sort of non-modded versions I play. And but you also see in the latest release for Death or Defeat, so that's just what I'm talking about. They've got rid of a lot of the overbuilding for some of these nations of numbers of units, unless they're small. Okay. Oh no, those are lots of units. Yeah, those are pretty big. Because this goes into, talked a bit about this with Spain. They have tweaked the Spanish system. Now that may be some of the causing some of the problems that BlackICE is having with Spain, but in which they made the units smaller, basically brigade-size units, and that's what they're calling them. obviously, divisions are sort of the normal, you know, basic unit of this game, but often divisions would operate, depending on the situation, sort of broken up in brigades. Now, traditionally, like the U.S. and operate, you know, landing in Normandy, going across, you know, they were brigade combat teams, but they were interacting under a divisional commander, and kept, you know, with what would be basically within one province at this scale. Well, with the size of Spain, the size of the armies, the AI has great difficulty if it doesn't have enough units. So if you have strong divisions, though I notice there's still this, even though it sort of ended, maybe it'll, well, it says state owner, don't know. As being nationalist Spain here. Whatever, don't know why the color hasn't changed. Is the oh, they're attacking me. Ooh, they're attacking me in a couple places here. Okay,
Bereit. Ausrücken.
not doing too well there.
Achtung.
We may need some reinforcements here. And of course, we are getting,
Ihre Befehle.
these are my sort of answer. So if these, and then from looking at this stuff, it doesn't seem like, because we have artillery 30 to 60 battalions. Yeah, they're not these kind of things. So if I can readily see, if you're going to do something like this, to have the small Dutch army, break it up into smaller forces so it can better defend. You may very well want, you know, if you're a modder or whatever, do that for something like Turkey if you think you're having a lot of fronts to cover and they're just not doing it well. And you can sort of modify the what you tell the AI to build, and you can still say, oh, build really big you know, panzer divisions or armored divisions or something like that, so that you still have a ability to hammer blow the enemy while allowing it to better spread out to cover the
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
I'm going to send this down here to reinforce.
Ausrücken. Bereit zum Ausrücken.
So I, you know, this is one, obviously, when you're dealing with mods, and you know how much I love BlackICE, it just, to some degree, they're lagging behind what is being developed in the standard game. And the AI's, oh shoot.
Los, ausrücken.
Before you get in there.
Ihre Befehle.
Cover that.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Achtung.
We're going to give you two to Thoma. Come across the river there. See if we can get in before they can dig in.
Ihre Befehle.
Good. General Soldier.
Ausrücken. Ausrücken.
They can dig in too much.
Bereit. Bereit zum Ausrücken. Ausrücken.
Okay.
Ihre Befehle.
Over.
Ihre Befehle. Ausrücken. Zuhören.
Okay, Panzerjägers, good. So, let's see now. I want to develop some of those, so let's research this.
Befehle? Greift weiter an!
Damn. Now, imagine it's fine, but it's no good if we can't hold our own front.
Zuhören!
Well, this is sort of a learning experience for us, of course. German pressure towards Benelux, okay, yeah. Now, yes, we want to get this going here. 10 days, but... What happened? France called the Kingdom of Luxembourg. Uh-oh. So we need to move into Luxembourg right now.
Ausrücken!
No waiting around.
Ausrücken!
Okay, and improved infantry, but... let's go with it. Guns.
Zuhören!
And we have more factories ready to produce things. Well, what are we lacking? Panzer IIIs, it looks like. So, what does it say we're gonna build? Panzer IIIs. Sounds good to me. Just gotta find them here on the list. Maybe they're down in the bottom. Are we not building any? Did I switch to the wrong type some point? That's what I did. Probably last episode. Flipped it over to the wrong type because this should be building these. Well, we just wrecked our production efficiency.
Angetreten! Befehle!
It'll take too long to get in here.
Ihre Befehle? Bereit! Befehle? Ihre Befehle!
Of course, one of the ways is to deal with this now is to burst out and around them. So
Angetreten! Ausrücken! Zuhören! Bereit zum Ausrücken! Bereit zum Ausrücken!
let's go with a war against the Netherlands here. conquer focus. And now what this I'm hoping to do is take down the Netherlands, of course. It's sort of apparent, but which by going out here will hopefully spread out. I mean, obviously we can rush right in here right now, but hopefully spread out the Dutch forces.
Ausrücken! Ihre Befehle? Ausrücken! Zuhören! Ihre Befehle? Ihre Befehle? Bereit zum Ausrücken! Achtung! Ihre Befehle? Achtung! Zuhören!
Guess we're trying to retake our own fortifications.
Ihre Befehle? Ausrücken! Bereit?
Yes, this is a mess.
Zuhören!
You plunge into there, you back up into there.
Bereit? Ausrücken! Befehle! Bereit zum Ausrücken! Ausrücken!
Push into there. Okay, let's see. We got the 33 SIG, or the SIG 33. That's good. Now here is also another area that we could, should, whatever, have already been doing, but just choices, choices, choices. Can't do everything. Okay,
Angetreten!
and let's send these motorized units in here just to occupy the province quickly. Reoccupy our fortifications. Okay, the Japanese army embraces Nanshinron. Okay. Japan declares war on the Netherlands. Okay, oh god, I hate that. Hate when they do that. Just because Japan has no ability really to... Well, maybe it's doing a little better to invade the Netherlands. It's like, we're going to go to war with you, but we can't, you know, invade you or anything like that.
Bereit! Bereit zum Ausrücken!
Support that attack.
Bereit!
You march into there.
Ausrücken!
Oh, no, 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 no. Whatever. You're going into there.
Ausrücken!
Thought I got you.
Ausrücken! Ausrücken! Ihre Befehle!
Going to Eindhoven. Okay, now,
Bereit!
I want to get you guys across the river.
Bereit zum Ausrücken! Ausrücken!
Or declare war on the Belgians.
Befehle!
Isn't quite the Blitzkrieg plan that I had planned. Spending too much time. Well, at least, well, I mean, actually, this is sort of historical because this is the Saar land. The I clicked on this province. It has fortification. They actually probably should have one sort of province here that, and then have this river come through it, or come between it, and have the fortifications on the one province each. So have an undefended province would be most historical. 'Cause that's the way it was, and that was the Saarland offensive, the only French offensive they did during, you know, the early parts, of, you know, before the proper German invasion, called Gelb. And it sort of scared the French because it went so well. Oh, we now have, I think we're getting some Dutch production facilities here. Is that what we're doing? Probably. Okay, because it looks like we've basically doubled in our production capability here. So, just means they're going to want more fuel and other things. Okay, might as well build these a little faster. And let's go with a hipper class. Well, we might as well max that out. Some regular sort of subs. There we go. Now we are building. Of course, we're no longer importing Dutch rubber. Okay, we're getting outlets. Drop all these down here. We have some more. I guess that's these or whatever we're building. Okay, well no, we want to then let's build a couple of oil and now let's drop, like I started to do, all these down the bottom here. There we go. That will help. We're still down. The tungsten is not exactly sure at the moment. Now, also, who can we trade with locally here? We might as well increase this by 1. Do we have anybody local? Don't want to trade all the way around the world. No, thank you. No, thank you, Belgium. We're going to go to war with you any second now, so no.
Zum Ausrücken.
Of course, the Dutchies and these have joined it.
Ihre Befehle.
ignore that for a little bit just because power of my concentration is being pushed, and we don't need to open up another front just yet. Industrial effects, slots. That's nice, and we'll get there someday. But let's do Vinking SS division. Okay, now that we got these guys in here, they're ready to burst out. So let's go with, hey, declare war. In colonial manufacturing, that's good to stop that. But probably only go to the Allies. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna burst out. Use these. Reasonably fast, so this should be the best.
Ihre Befehle. Ihre Befehle. Ihre Befehle. Zum Ausrücken. Angetreten. Ausrücken. Bereit. Angetreten. Ihre Befehle. Angetreten. Bereit. Bereit. Achtung. Zuhören. Zuhören. Angetreten. Ihre Befehle. Zuhören.
Good attack up there. Come in here to hold there.
Ausrücken.
Unfortunately, we have these guys sort of stuck defending there. Rommel, that is. Not the masterful plan I was hoping for.
Befehle. Ihre Befehle. Zuhören. Angetreten. Bereit zum Ausrücken. Ausrücken.
The German land stolen in 1919. At the end of the Great War, even Belgium annexed pieces of our territory. Our planned offensive around the Maginot Line will be the perfect opportunity to reverse another chapter of the Diktat of Versailles. Those lands belong to the fatherland. Okay. And we now have Blitzkrieg as a tactic. Okay, which is good. I think it's good to just keep punching through these. And there's a lot of other we saw them. Doctrines and texts to like artillery and other things that are important, but I really believe getting those are very important to the operation. So yeah, I made this mistake up here with my tanks. They're now not producing well. We're going to get a lot more, so let's just wrap this up here. Yeah, I make mistakes. Producing some. Anything else we're particularly bad about? It's like we're not producing any cavalry equipment, but we have 30,000, and I have very few cavalry units. So, not that we won't ever need to produce it again. I just don't know. We will, and I have higher priorities. Well, let's, for reasons of fuel and other things, I'm going to open up, no, we already have this one down here for fighters, but let's do that because like we're not even going to be producing any of these at the moment. Should I even make them? I don't know. I'm gonna start the lines up. A little bit. Wish Romania give me more fuel. Okay, good. You're here. Yes, let's drive down.
Achtung! Achtung! Angetreten! Ausrücken! Angetreten!
Okay, von Manstein.
Achtung! Bereit zum Ausrücken! Befehle! Zuhören!
Well, now what do we have the resources to produce? And more shipping resource, production resource. attacked Eindhoven again.
Angetreten.
Of course, for me, I guess probably the first time I was hearing of Eindhoven was moving the bridge too far. But that's often where you learn things. Okay, you attack down here again, I know. How are we doing here? Relatively fine. Okay.
Zuhören.
You should be part of our
Befehle.
operation. No. I don't want you going. I want you to attack.
Ihre Befehle.
There, you can attack with all your infantry there and see if we can bash through some of this.
Angetreten. Bereit.
But you're just down to one division. Not the plan I had, not the hopes, but Netherlands has capitulated. Great. Ooh, we've got lots of gear there. Enfield rifles, well, whatever. Guess that's what you want to call them, that's fine.
Ihre Befehle. Ausrücken. Ausrücken. Zuhören. Bereit.
Now that we got that, let's come over here.
Bereit zum
We got
Ausrücken.
some of these infantry brigades.
Ausrücken. Bereit zum Ausrücken.
What's a proper infantry division?
Ausrücken. Bereit. Ausrücken.
See if we can keep from being invaded.
Bereit.
The
Ausrücken.
screen of brigades.
Achtung. Ihre Befehle. Befehle.
Pin these guys. See all these guys trying to cross the river. Pin them. Delay them. Soviet Union declared war on Finland.
Bereit. Zuhören.
Finland rejects Soviet demands.
Ihre
They
Befehle.
already declared war on you, but whatever.
Bereit. Ausrücken. Bereit zum Ausrücken. Bereit. Ausrücken.
Ace pilot promoted. Well, cool. And we, of course, with somebody here, captured more production facilities. So let's continue to build up some of this that we have plenty of resources for.
Bereit.
You get going.
Befehle.
You attack here
Ausrücken.
again.
Ausrücken. Zuhören. Achtung.
Belgium has capitulated. Oh, we... What? Do we really have 85,000k tankettes? Or is that 85 tankettes? Just it throws the K out. I want to look that up. It can't be. $85 would be about right, but well, now here it says we have 2,700 tankettes. That's even more than the Soviets ever had, I think. Definitely more than the Italians ever had. Wow. Okay.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Zuhören. Bereit zum Ausrücken. Ausrücken.
These guys.
Ausrücken. Bereit. Ausrücken.
We need to be up here sooner rather than later.
Angetreten. Ausrücken. Achtung. Ausrücken. Angetreten. Ausrücken. Ausrücken. Ausrücken.
Dutch coming home, but then decided to go to exile in Belgium or something. Okay, well, let's get on with the good moment to pause this here and talk about winning a free copy of Blitzkrieg 3. Blitzkrieg 3 is sort of in early release, it's been out for a while, but it's only very recently out as an official release product from Nival. They have not only graciously given me a copy to play and demonstrate for the channel to show you guys. You know, I look at it as a service to you. If you like it or not, you get to see me play it. Also, other people, I'm sure, will demonstrate it online too. But here are my thoughts about it. So far, it seems, and I haven't yet got to play other people. I've only been going through their tutorial, which is pretty fun. You know, semi-scripted battles. But seems to form a real-time strategy. This is obviously a bit more tactical, but real-time tactical type view seems to be fun to play and working well, so give it a thumbs up. Now, I'm not saying it's great or wonderful or anything, but it's good. Obviously, once I get into trying to play it with other opponents, we'll see how that goes, see if we like it. So yeah, it seems to be a good thing. They gave me a copy to demonstrate. They've also given me a few copies to give away for contests. Okay, you will have a chance to. They're going to give away one copy, a Steam key, for Blitzkrieg 3. You need to. It'll be for 2 weeks. The contest will be open. From the time of release of this video. The dates will be put down in the description below. I'm not sure exactly the date I'm going to be releasing this. So you'll have a 2-week period. You need to be a subscriber of this channel. Obviously, you can be an absolutely new subscriber. This is designed to grow the channel, but I didn't want to penalize people who have been here since day one. So you need to be a subscriber. You need to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and then post a comment on this video. Not just somewhere on the channel, but on this video, below down. below the description. Post a comment. It can just be a simple Blitzkrieg 3 or B3 or something. Some sort of comment, or obviously you can talk about this current episode or talk about Blitzkrieg 3 and thing. Now, of course, if you've already got a copy of it, you can give this to your brother, your friend, somebody else. You can give it. If you don't actually register the key, you can give the key to somebody else. So these are the three things. Again, be a subscriber. Can be new. Like this video. Post a comment. This contest, of course, is only valid where legal. Don't know, and again is sponsored by Nival, who's giving us the Steam key. So and what I'm going to do after the 2 weeks, put all the names basically in a hat and randomly draw one, and at least once you do, you'll have to some people have their subscriptions hidden from people. You can unhide it if you normally want that hidden, and just make sure I can check out that you're a subscriber. I think that covers it all. If you post the rules down below, because I'm trying to get people to watch this episode, you post the rules down below or a link to just when this the rules are being posted, that will invalidate your entry into it. So just if people ask how I'm supposed to get it, if it's still during the time period, just say watch the video, directions are there. So good luck. Just as another bit of news, as of making this week, I talked again. I've worked into get into Frontier communications, phone numbers of the different people who construction people and stuff, to get them to get BIOS to my building. And so another step has happened, and maybe they'll actually do a concrete step partially this week. But what I'm hoping to do is to both be able to live stream things on both YouTube and Twitch, and do multiplayer games with various viewers of the channel. And right now, Blitzkrieg 3, at least sometimes, looks like a possibility of a game to play. But if you don't think it, check out. You got to make a decision of where you want to put your money. You can wait to see a few more episodes of Blitzkrieg 3 to see if you really want to purchase it. I'm not saying it's better or worse than similar, and there are similar games out there. You just got to make your own mind up which one, or get them all if you like them all. So good luck. Let's get back to this episode. This won't be at the end. Okay, you guys find them in here now. Let's see if we can push you down.
Angetreten. Ihre Befehle. Bereit zum Ausrücken. Achtung. Angetreten. Ihre Befehle.
Well, let's try it back from there. Guys. Uh-oh, American bombers. Don't know if that means that. I know the Americans aren't yet in the war. I don't know if that means that they're Lend-Lease type bombers, or if they are just default Allied models. Oh, they're beating me back there. Come on, this is just a spoiling attack to hopefully lock all these guys. Yes, don't get down to here.
Befehle? Achtung! Ausrücken! Ausrücken! Achtung! Befehle! Ausrücken! Ausrücken!
Counterattack, counterattack. Keep the pressure up.
Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Occupy the Maginot. You know, the Germans did occupy some of the Maginot before Paris fell. They hadn't occupied the whole thing, and they had assaulted some key sections that they thought would they'd be able to penetrate, and they did pretty well. So it was a battle. It wasn't just occupying, but it wasn't all-out assaults against the strongest held positions or whatever. But you join the attack. Take down Lille.
Bereit zum Ausrücken. Ausrücken!
Drive for Paris, drive for Paris.
Ausrücken! Zuhören! Bereit! Angetreten! Achtung! Ausrücken! Achtung! Angetreten! Achtung! Befehle! Achtung! Angetreten! Angetreten!
Okay, and we have more production capability. Yes, right now I'm mostly looking, and I know we've captured a lot of stuff too, but mostly looking at producing things that we have plenty of resources to produce. Might as well do that now.
Zum Ausrücken. Achtung! Ausrücken! Befehle! Ausrücken! Ausrücken! Ausrücken!
Our mobile forces moving
Angetreten!
forward.
Befehle! Ihre Befehle! Achtung! Bereit zum Ausrücken! Bereit zum Ausrücken! Ausrücken! Angetreten! Ausrücken! Bereit! Bereit zum Ausrücken! Achtung!
Well, we pushed down here a little further, which is nice.
Befehle!
Hungary's going after Yugoslavia. Well, if you do, you do. Guess I can't stop you. What we can see about doing though is putting a little bit of troops on the border.
Bereit! Achtung! Bereit zum Ausrücken! 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 Zuhören! Achtung! Angetreten! Ausrücken! Ausrücken! Bereit zum Ausrücken! Ausrücken! Ausrücken!
Well, we've got a lot of divisions.
Ihre Befehle?
Doesn't always mean you win with lots of divisions, but
Ihre Befehle!
this force, send it down
Ausrücken!
here. The rails. Yeah, you can. Oh, they're. Well, whatever.
Bereit! Bereit!
I don't want to completely remove the troops for not wanting to be invaded to wanting to keep the partisan pressure on the partisans.
Bereit zum Ausrücken! Bereit zum Ausrücken! Bereit! Angetreten! Bereit zum Ausrücken.
Triumph in France. Our victory in France is nearly complete. The French government has asked for an armistice, and our diplomats have prepared terms which they have agreed to. They will retain control of southern France while we are free to occupy the rest. Establish Vichy France. No, Germany will conquer all. We're going to establish Vichy. Second armistice at Compiègne. The first one, of course, was the World War I. Compiègne. Armistice. Okay, well. Yeah. Okay. We've got a lot of free French forces here, it looks like. Okay. Don't know if they're going to go away real soon.
Zuhören! Befehle! Ausrücken! Zuhören! Ihre Befehle? Ihre Befehle! Befehle! Ausrücken!
Yes, Rudolf Hess's flight to Britain. This was I'm trying to sit and what to think or what to say. I have what I think. We have what we know. And obviously, you know, what I think are to some degree is speculation. What we know obviously is Rudolf Hess flew to Britain, who thought he was going to be meeting a sympathetic Scottish lord. Oh boy, I'm blanking on it. Does it say here? No, it doesn't. Okay. I think the guy was from the right circle, which was a I'm thinking Hamilton, but God, that could very well be wrong. Like the Duke of Hamilton. If I was really good at this, I'd have my notes, but pre-set up. So he thought he was meeting not necessarily a traitor or a somebody that was going to give in, but somebody who was sympathetic to the Nazis, and the right circle to some degree is sympathetic to the Nazis. Though I would say most of the right circle were anti-Semitic, anti-communist, sympathetic to Nazi Germany to a degree, but not sympathetic as in this is I'm taking this as in we want to betray England to turn England over to the Nazis. No, I don't think most of it. Now, what would they have done had England been occupied by the Nazis? I don't know. You know, that's sort of an unknowable. But so he thought he was going to go meet a sympathetic person who would to some degree shelter him and allow for the open up of negotiations with Britain. Why did Rudolf Hess do this? Okay, to understand Rudolf Hess, you have to know that he was a member of the Thule Society. Members of the Thule Society, basically, in my understanding, and it's a the Thule Society is a an occult society. They were occultists. I'm trying to choose my language carefully because I want to be correct about this. They were occultists. They believed in various occult beliefs. I don't know that there was a single belief within the Thule Society, because made up of members, but they were generally speaking followers of Guido von List, who had already died by this point, but his sort of ultra-nationalist, paganist, sort of precursor to Nazism belief. And so the Thule Society members, or some of the members in it, I think, and again we're in murky realms here, but realize the path to power and influence shifted from pre-World War I, which was the elites of Germany. A lot of these people were elites or middle class, but they were all sort of traditional middle class or elites in the old stratified society, focusing on that to understanding that the way to power and influence was through mass organizations in post-war Germany, so that they started a political party called the German Workers' Party, or the Deutsches Arbeiterspartei, DAP. One of these very early members of the DAP was, and I believe in the founding, again it's all sort of murky and I don't know that there's any good records, was Rudolf Hess. He wasn't one of the top leaders, but he was in there. I believe, again, he was assigned to watch a newcomer to the DAP. Someone who was showing up at the meetings and started to speak a bit, and people were really liking him. Sort of be a, well, watch him, see what he's up to, Rudolph kind of thing. Well, the person he's assigned to is Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler, they had already been using the swastika symbol, which had been started to be used for various things, including good luck, but it was more than just a good luck symbol. It was sort of this symbol that was coming out of this sort of extremist right-wing elements. You'll see it in the Freikorps that were operating often in the East during the collapse of, World War I Germany and stuff. So it been around and sort of fairly well known at the point. So they were using the swastika, one of the few reasonably verifiable symbols of the Thule Society, because there's very, very few of them. Has a sort of circle swastika within it. The arms are bent into a circle. Well, Hitler comes in, he approves of the swastika, but Hitler himself is the one that said, put the red around it, because the red, socialism. Socialism is really popular in Germany. Hitler, not as much as Goebbels and some of the Strasser brothers and some of the other guys that bought into socialism. But Hitler was buying into socialism to a degree, but was also trying to co-opt socialism. Socialist. So put it in a red field, put a white circle, and came up with the sort of proportions of the thickness of the arms of the swastika to the size, Hitler was an artist, a graphic artist, so he comes up with this symbol. So, and add, we're socialists, but we're not international socialists, we're National Socialist German Workers' Party. So that this is Hitler's getting in. So, but at the fundamental core of Rudolf Hess is this occult magic belief system. He was, by the time, and obviously we've kicked this off a bit later than historically, invasion of France, but by about this time, Rudolf Hess is Deputy Führer. He's very popular with the people. He's the main person that normally does an introductory speech before Hitler speaks. And so he's very well known, very popular, but he's losing influence within the sort of leadership hierarchy of Nazi Germany, because he has been and is continuing to be the main role of party boss. He's the guy that when different Gauleiters are having disputes, or different organizations within the party are having disputes, he is sort of the guy who straightens them out, picks the winners and losers or whatever. He's sort of the the heavy in this, and the organization. This is his role. But all this is becoming much and less important to Germany as the war is continuing. So he's losing a role in Germany. So that's part of it. Part of it is also the house authors, the father and son. They're coming. I don't think they're attached to the Thule Society. Again, I don't think. And part of this, I say, is one, I don't think there's any good records out there. I don't think there's any good records. And I know that they were occultists, but I have, in the few documentaries that I've seen, and then most of these documentaries, that's sort of a tentative term because there's few documents. The house authors, I think I'm getting the name right, pronouncing it right, whatever, really did exist. There's evidence there, but then most of the documentaries bleed over into conjecture, which is what I'm doing here. Is that there's real solid fact, but then there's also conjecture that added onto it. It's sort of, they were big into astrology, the house authors, and some of these other things. They're the ones that sort of convince Hess, I believe, that the time is right for Hess to do something. I don't know if their thought or their advice, excuse me, hiccuping here a little bit, their advice is for him to fly to Britain. I don't know that it's quite that, but it's to do something sort of dramatic. Now, Hess is a pilot, so he knows how to fly quite well, and so he picks up an ME-110 and flies it over to Scotland. And to sort of know, he's a very athletic man, good shape, and a very good pilot, is in that he's flying over into Scotland, gets over to, navigates at night over to, I'm pretty sure it is the Duke of Hamilton's estate in Scotland, in sort of southern Scotland, gets basically over to the estate. Now remember, this is sort of in blackout era Britain, and this is up in sort of southern Scotland, so it's northern British Isles. He takes off at night, flies over there, gets there, rolls his plane upside down, and releases himself to parachute out of the plane that way, and lands more or less on either on or very near the Duke of Hamilton's estate. That ain't an easy feat in the pre-GPS world, people. You know, how many hours you're flying, when did you turn here? So he navigates himself, gets him to the right spot. Not just somewhere in Britain, he gets himself to basically to the right spot, and he thinks he's going to be able to land, get to the estate building and say, hey, I'm here to see your lord, and they would sort of hide him and get him in contact. No, basically a farmer, the pitchfork gets him. Rudolf Hess has a pistol, but he's not there to be a commando or fight his way out, so he gives up to the pitchfork wielding farmer, probably in hopes that he can still continue his mission, just, you know, get me to talk to somebody. But thinking of the anti-Churchill movement, and there was definitely an anti-Churchill element within it too, sort of, let's negotiate peace with Germany. So this obviously massively backfires. Hitler makes public statements out of this that he's gone insane and whatever. Now, I think by the end of his life, Rudolf Hess was certifiably insane. But now the one thing this sort of does is Rudolf Hess leaves Nazi Germany before the real Holocaust, the death camps. They've had concentration camps. They have been, you know, killing some Jews, you know, doing some bad things under Rudolf Hess's time, but he sort of gets out before the real bad stuff happens. So what role would he have had? I don't think he would have objected. I'm not one of these apologists who try to explain and excuse Nazi leaders that didn't know or they had to go along. No, he was involved. I don't know what he would have thought. And I'm saying he may have pushed to have an active role in the Holocaust. As opposed to saying I think he would have stopped it. No, I think he probably would have, you know, been, yes, mein Führer, let's go do this stuff. But we don't know. So interesting sort of person and tale, but gets to the heart of National Socialism. It was an anti-Christian movement. It was an occultist-based movement. Hitler, before the before moving to Germany, was reading occultist books and magazines in Vienna. So he has that sort of background and this sort of ultra-nationalist occultism that Guido von List is expressing. And there's multiple people, but he's sort of the most well-known. And some of Hitler's occultism is found in Wagner's operas, but Wagner's widow befriends Hitler and sort of has this stuff. So Hitler's very involved in this. Rudolf Hess is very involved in this. Also, it comes along a bit later than Hitler and Hess, is Himmler, who is sort of the upper top most Nazis, is sort of the most occultist in belief system and promotion and whatever else. So if to understand, and again I'm still trying to come to understand National Socialism better, but to understand National Socialism, you have to understand that it wants to remake the world and the mindset of Germans, and it's not just a biological genetic thing that deals with the Jews. That's part of it, but it's also this cultist anti-Christian type movement. So all these there's a bunch of American, they're infinitesimal. They're not even 0.1% of the population, and I'm trying to speak now to the German, or to the Europeans and other things that they may see documentaries on the Ku Klux Klan. Yes, it still exists. There are various neo-Nazi organizations. Yes, they exist, but they're not even 0.1% of the population. They are infinitesimal in size. Most of their demonstrations, they can get 50 people out and get 500 or 1,000 people protesting against them. So they're a completely marginalized, non-accepted part of American society. But a lot of these groups, including the sort of appropriate term neo-Nazi type groups, a lot of them try to do a fundamentalist Christian-based worldview as well. They're racists, they're anti-Semites. Sometimes they're all over on economics, wanting certain socialist programs, sometimes not. But they're often have a lot of Christianity involved in their viewpoint. Now, it's sort of a violent rhetoric. Was it the sword and the arm of the Lord? I think was one of the groups. And God, it's been years, and I've just watched a few documentaries and read some articles on them. Never gone to one of their meetings or anything like that, and wouldn't know where to even find one. But I know they exist and watch the documentary. But they're sort of so there's some degree they're coming out of the American South, which is the American Bible Belt. So they may do a lot of Nazi flags and Nazi stuff. They're often also centered around a sort of a fundamentalist Christian belief. So I don't know how if these guys even think about this or really understand it, or just think, oh, the Nazis were wrong, and part of it, and they're right now. I don't know, but it just, for all their support for Nazism, the Nazis were trying to do something very different. Now, so just trying to understand Nazism, and that's part of what I'm doing, and I'm trying to teach my understanding is to people who are interested in it. And I think, again, just want to be very clear, I think it is a very ugly, bad belief system. And I don't know the details, and often people are throwing around various language. Is the sort of the rise of the far right based on anti-immigration and elements. I don't know if they're Nazis or just far right. Far right is different. Far right, authoritarianism, wanting a dictator, is different than being a Nazi. Wanting a dictator is actually different than being a fascist. I'm not saying a dictator is a good thing. No. But it's a different thing. And Nazism is its own thing. It's beyond fascism. You know, most people, oh, Nazism and fascism are the same thing. No, but to a communist, it might be, because a communist views everything, or a person who is educated by communists and socialists, which may be capitalists. They may be capitalists, but they're educated in, like in the modern school systems, that everything at its heart of people's interests are economic, and they see everything through an economic lens. And so if you're looking at it through an economic lens, there are differences between National Socialism and fascism, but that isn't their main differences. They're pretty close there. It's more of a other thing. So normally we don't, well, I get into this time. So, but that's sort of this. So Hitler or Hess sort of supports this. Okay, get the Vinking division. Good. Nice photo. Don't like the colorization. Colorization has to be done right for me to like it. Okay, we're going to end the episode here. Just want to remind everybody, earlier in the episode, I gave the rules for the contest. Basically, I'll just state only this, that it's for 2 weeks from the time released. The dates will be below in the description of it, and it's only valid where legal. And again, I want to thank Nival for the Steam key for Blitzkrieg 3. So if you want to win Blitzkrieg 3, find the instructions on how to enter the contest. Good luck. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking the videos. I really do appreciate that. Please post questions, comments, suggestions, ideas. Love hearing from you. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.